just saw are brave. They use weaponry and physical strategy to fight for our rights. But you're no less of a warrior. From New Year's Day to Eve, you fight the real fight for our freedoms. Some of you cozy up to Satan with your happy holidays and your bland red coffee cups. Instead of roasting chestnuts over an open fire, you cry at the existence of God. The real patriots fight on the right side of history. They respect the tradition of opening their frankincense and their myrrh from under their Christmas tree. They honor the tradition of the Virgin Mary giving birth to Jesus in a crowded Starbucks while drinking a peppermint mocha. And they love to scream Merry Christmas at the top of that public display of the manger. What side are you on? This is the war on Christmas.
The controversy surrounding the celebration of Christmas has entertained Americans since the first Pilgrims touched down in New England. The immigrants did not celebrate Christmas when they came to the New World in 1620. In fact, the Pilgrims worked to build their first structure on Christmas Day instead of resting. The city of Boston outlawed the celebration of Christmas in 1659 due to the unholy celebrations that coincided with the holiday. This public notice deemed Christmas sacrilegious and forbid it from the colony. According to Rachel Schnepper, a faculty member at Washington and Lee University and New York Times contributor, the Puritan War on Christmas in Boston lasted until Christmas became a federal holiday in 1870.
The modern war on Christmas can be traced back to the use of the abbreviation Xmas. The term was originally a way for the church to lessen the expenses that came with the printing press in the 15th century. X was used to replace Christ in the words Christian and Christmas. However, evangelical Christians lost sight of this fact, leading to a 1957 story published by the Church League of America titled X equals the Unknown Quantity. Well-known white nationalist Gerald L.K. Smith used the story to conclude that Xmas was a, quote, blasphemous omission of the name of Christ, and that X is referred to as being a symbol of the unknown quantity, end quote. In 1984, the Supreme Court ruled on the Lynch v. Donnelly case that helped shape the current war on Christmas. The court ruled that the display of a creche was not a purposeful or surreptitious effort to express some kind of subtle governmental advocacy of a particular religious view. They also stated that the Constitution affirmatively mandates accommodation, not merely tolerance, of all religions, and forbids hostility towards any. The majority rule decided that the display of the creche was well within the Lemon Test, and that the court recognizes that the origins of Christmas has long been a part of Western culture, and compared the situation to religious artwork in a government-funded museum.
In 2015, evangelical and social media personality Joshua Furstein proclaimed that Starbucks hated Jesus because the latest edition of its Christmas-themed cup was just a red cup with the Starbucks logo. This differed from previous cups because they lacked classic cartoons of the season, such as snowflakes, snowmen, and reindeer. This marked a clear change in tone in the war on Christmas. Evangelicals now pushed back on any organization that failed to recognize any form of Christmas, even the lighthearted and modern aspects of the holiday that had nothing to do with the birth of Jesus. And this argument became mainstream when the then presidential candidate Donald Trump brought up Starbucks' new cup at a rally in Illinois.
You read about Starbucks? No more Merry Christmas on Starbucks. No more. I have one of the most successful Starbucks in Trump Tower. Maybe we should boycott Starbucks. I don't know. Seriously. I don't care.
Donald Trump's sentiments are symbolic of a larger, angrier movement. This movement reflects those who feel that their religious freedom is being attacked by liberals with a secular and progressive agenda. All of this raises the question, do people have a stake in the war on Christmas? Will saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas actually lead to any political action? Bill O'Reilly certainly thinks so.
Here in America, we have maintained most of our Judeo-Christian traditions, but they are under attack. Here's what the secular progressives want.
According to Bill O'Reilly, saying Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas is an attack on Judeo-Christian values. And Happy Holidays is a stepping stone that leads to traditional folks losing their America. he directly associates the war on Christmas with the secular progressive agenda. The headline is also striking. He's not hiding the fact that he believes religion should affect our politics, which further riles up his mostly Christian audience.
This increasingly defensive behavior is a direct response to a gradual yet overwhelming shift toward secularity. This can be easily seen through commercial America, which has begun to divert away from Christian references. Christmas sales have become winter sales and holiday sales. Black Friday sales have extended earlier and earlier into Thanksgiving and have therefore added to the commercialization of the holiday. This increased commercialization is both indicative of and contributing to the secularization of Christmas time and the holiday season, and serves as a window to the secularization of society as a whole. This diversion was further solidified when Penn State students were surveyed about their religious practices this time of year. The survey found that 70% of students polled practice Christianity. However, 45% of all students celebrate Christmas, but not religiously. In addition, 78% of the students polled are more likely to say Merry Christmas than Happy Holidays, even those who do not celebrate religiously. This reveals a much larger trend of the diversion away from Christmas as a holy day and towards a day of giving things and eating grand meals. The religious history of Christmas seems to be diluted as more and more people celebrate for reasons other than the birth of Jesus.
American politics have grown increasingly defensive of religion as a result of the secularization of society. While the country was founded on the premise of religious toleration, American politics has struggled in handling religion for 240 years. The phrase "under God" was added to the Pledge of Allegiance in 1954, over 160 years after the Establishment Clause was written, prohibiting the establishment of a national religion. Many of today's most controversial political issues, such as abortion and same-sex marriage, are primarily opposed for religious reasons. American political hostilities surrounding religion increased significantly from 2007 to 2014. Empirically, this is indicative of how society as a whole is moving away from religion, and that religion, particularly Christianity, is fighting for power in the political arena.
So this begs the question, is the United States trying to impose a national religion? With religion making a comeback in politics, Christianity is the primary power influencing legislation. Many facets of American culture revolve around Christian traditions. White House traditions such as the Easter egg roll and Christmas decor embody and give a political connotation to this trend. There's also an entire controversy surrounding the addition of "under God" into the Pledge of Allegiance. It may imply that God is a part of being American. A study conducted by the Pew Research Center ranked the United States 130 out of 192 countries on religious freedom around the world. The irony is that it is a result of anti-discrimination policies that the U.S. has in place. If so many aspects of Christian tradition are ingrained in American society, does that make Christianity an implied American religion?
The war on Christmas is more than just a few angry evangelicals. It's proof that American society as a whole is shifting and branching out to be less Christian and religious. The fact that it's referred to as a war is proof of the fact that those being victimized in the quote-unquote war on Christmas are using it as a defense mechanism against the enemy of change and societal progress.